Welcome along then to the Red Bull Ring. This is the reverse grid race, the one that followed Autopolis. So we're going to have Diablo on pole, but watch out for Has91 on the Lamborghini, the dark blue car. That's four-wheel drive, that car, so that's going to get an absolutely flyer of a launch. But everyone else is going to struggle to get away, especially Maniaf in the Ferrari. Just didn't get a very good start in that car at all. Meanwhile, it's Diablo and Has side by side. They seem to have sorted out the differences pretty quickly. Dixon was having a look there on who was that? The Lamborghini. That was SurferEv Mutt. Now coming under attack from SurferEv and Robust Hood. Meanwhile, it is though Has91 leads us up to turn 3 for the first time of asking. The two McLarens, two PlayStation McLarens side by side. Can be told apart by the number 79 car has a white graphic on the side. Whereas the number 3 car, driven by me, has a dark grey one. What else is going on? I've got P-Gib there with Evergreen still on his car, so it's wet conditions, so he'll get that thing beached somewhere. Dixon did get a better of SurferEv eventually, but that Jag's going to struggle today. A couple of cars using traction control. It is allowed, of course. The top two are using it. Myself, I wasn't, neither was Raffo. Mutt's got it on there. The Lamborghinis though should have good natural grip. P-Gib's not using it in the Jag, Dixon is. SurferEv's not in the McLaren. Neither is Robust, neither is Matt Elwood's. Walmid is in the Jag, Maniaf isn't, he's already passed Audi Ferry. Audi Ferry in the Audi, predictably. That car will struggle around here. The front wheel drive cars do not like wet conditions at all. Expect to see quite a lot of cars just struggle generally. The way GT Sports wet physics work, it's not really realistic, it's not really very good. I've complained about it endlessly before, but yeah, it just doesn't replicate any grip levels that you actually get in real life, which is a bit odd. So for then, staying ahead of Matt Elwood for the time being. Dixon and Walmid going side by side for turn 1. Dixon then just started to fall back a little bit. Meanwhile at the top we have got Has91 in the Lamborghini starting to pull a little bit of a gap now ahead of Diablo. Then it's myself and GT Raffo in the McLaren, spot 36 in the Lamborghini, starting to make progress with the field. He's just keeping ahead of Robust Hood and P-Gib at the moment. And we've got SurferEv and Matt Elwood. Walmid, so we've got Maniaf having a go at Dixon, and it is now the Ferrari of Maniaf winner last time out in the Subarus at Autopolis, up to P11. So plenty of moves getting made. This is obviously the reverse grid race, so in theory the faster drivers were at the back of the field. We do expect those guys to start cutting their way through. Although with Red Bull Ring, I mean, you can overtake here. But with the rain and wet conditions, it's not going to be easy for any of the drivers to make any real progress. You will more likely pick up positions through people making mistakes. So watch out for that. Just getting the power down in some of these cars is pretty difficult. Just to give you an idea, just run on the McLaren for a moment. You literally have to thread the needle. See there, the Lamborghini Has91 got it wrong out the final corner and has actually gone wide. But yeah, it's very difficult here to get the power down to any real degree. Diablo slips up into the lead of the race up through turn 1, but he's going to back out a bit by the looks of things. Probably feels like Has91's got a better chance of getting through the corner unscathed. Mutt in the other Lamborghini though is making progress. He's right up the back end now of GT Raffo. Could be in line for a move up towards turn 3, the big braking zone, the uphill braking zone, the number 1 place to make a move here at Red Bull Ring. We're coming to it now. You want to be getting on the brakes about 150 metres. Keep the car out wide, get all the speed taken out of that, just a tight clip of the apex to get the car straightened up again in order so you can get the power down. You see there the Mclaren GT Raphael just really struggling to get the power down out of the corner. Another car that seemed to struggle with that was P-Gib at that corner, as Matt Elwood's making moves on him. SurferEv's dropped down a little bit. He might have just had a little bit of a moment somewhere that was happening quite a lot. As we can see, the McLaren and the Lamborghini still fighting away, so Mach 36 not able to get a move past the PlayStation driver just yet, but he is still trying. Meanwhile, it's Hazard who wants to lead in the way. Robust Hood is starting to reel us in then. There is a little bit of a gap then back to P-Gib. Oh, there's a car off in the background. That's Warmid in the Jag. Did he just wash wide? Looked like he might have done. Oh yeah, it was Knife. He's really struggling for traction. He's got the Ferrari of Maniaf. Potentially looking to make a move. Yeah, just looked like he was probably just a tad late on the brakes. Was very careful then just to not slam the brakes on even more. That would have made the situation even worse. Instead he just recovers back onto the track safely. Dixon right down at the back, not having a good time of it. The Jaguar there really struggling for grip. Got Maniaf then. Is that him getting past SurferEv? Or is SurferEv going back for a look on him? Not sure, but we'll see where Maniaf can go. He's got some great pace about him, this kid, so we'll see what he can do. I'm interested to see the progress of his Mach. We have got a Lamborghini leading the way. And it is not, has that one, is it making a proper break for it out front? He's obviously treading carefully, which he needs to do, to be fair. While he's in the lead, he doesn't need to stress about it too much. His Robust Hood then goes up the inside of the Lamborghini and Mach, but Mach's going to get the cut back on him, and with that Lamborghini traction, just drives out the corner. Robust Hood just has to concede the place. The rear-wheel drive cars, of which the field is most rear-wheel drive, are really struggling in this one. The front-wheel drive Audi Ferry, that will struggle probably even more, to be brutally honest. I'm guessing Warmid and Dixon are only down there because of mistakes, which were plentiful, I'm afraid tonight. Especially for this car, number 3 PlayStation car myself. Doing alright at the moment in P3, but McLaren's just a tricky car to get used to, and with a lack of practice doesn't help either. But going purple second sector, so obviously this lap's alright. How's that one? Even the Lamborghini is struggling to get the power down then, as we see Mach 36 and GT Raphael go to work. Mach getting the move made on the PlayStation McLaren, and through he goes into P4. Mach's now got the job of catching me up, which shouldn't be too much of a difficult undertaking. Still got a decent gap back to P-Gib in the Jag. He's been chased down by Matt Elwood and Maniaf in Ferraris. The Ferraris didn't seem too bad here. Certainly not the body language you were getting off the cars anyway. Mostly business as usual then for most of these guys. It's starting to final out into 2 separate little races at the moment. We've got the top 6 and the bottom 7 fighting it out at the moment. People just trying to not make mistakes though. That's the issue that these drivers have got, is mistakes are all too easy to make, especially with the spray kicked up. It has like one heavy on the brakes then. Down into turn 4. They kind of seemingly get that tidied up. Looks like the McLaren just about okay. Jack and P-Gib then still on the brakes on into the corner, and SurferEv. This is what the McLaren was doing. It was you just weren't getting any front end on that thing sometimes. It's really weird. Surfer obviously falling victim to the McLaren's woes and gives Audi Ferry a little bit of a tap. Audi Ferry does well to survive that. It's just an absolute pig of a car to drive. The TT in a wet course at the best of times. He's on the gravel, he's going to have dirty tyres. There's been a big incident here. The Warmid just collected those. I bet this kind of hit this unsighted, to be fair. So it looks like is Surfer waiting. Yeah, he is. Oh yeah, and then Warmid just ends up hitting Audi Ferry, who was re-entering the circuit. So that's a bit of a race ender for Warmid, I'm afraid. Audi Ferry's waiting. Is he waiting? So sure, it's both partial fault. We'll have to see how that one evolves. Meanwhile, Has 91 just sets fastest lap of the race, 51.3 so far. So far, hasn't been too much going on. We've got SurferEv and Audi Ferry back up to speed now. Warmid, we'll see what his lap time is. 2:06.5. Yeah, so he's lost a bucket load of time there. That's 20-second loss there or thereabouts. He's got work to do in the remaining half of the race. Mutt then gets his move made on myself, so that's the Digital Car Culture Lamborghini up to P3 then, so 2 Lamborghinis in the top 3, split by a Citroen. That's a sentence I bet you never thought you'd hear in motor racing, but in the sim world anything goes and a Citroen can be competitive. And at the minute, the man from down under piloting that thing very confidently and holding it in P2 at the moment, just being nice and consistent at the moment. His Diablo, then it's Mutt up to P3, myself in 4th. Just getting braking wrong there a little bit. Do give Mutt a little bit of a tap. Cost me a fortune of time though as GT Raffo and then Robust Hood make their way past me. Unfortunately a little bit of a gap built up in the top 6, sorry, back to Matt Elwood. So safe from immediate danger at the moment, but it's put me down from 3rd to 6th. Robust Hood, confidently one of the faster guys. He's starting to just make his way through now, but you can see the lead that Has 91 has just started to pull out. He's just found some time. He's now just starting to eke out a little bit more time from this, whether it's just getting the tyres up to temperature or what, but that Lamborghini now rocking in the 51s pretty comfortably and absolutely flying along. Then we have the Citroen of Diablo as I get myself back past Robust Hoods. I can't remember where that happened, probably just on the exit turn 3. The McLaren though, just not wanting to stop. Not wanting to stop at all, and despite me braking dead on my brake marker, just didn't slow down. So unfortunately that's knackered up my teammate a little bit as Robust Hood makes his way past him. So sorry about that, Raffo, if you are watching. There was absolutely no intent in that one at all. Two Ferraris then. As the cameraman forgets where he's looking. The 2 Ferraris of Matt Elwood and Manny Aff. Always Matt Elwood just struggles with getting the power down there. Again, you wouldn't think these cars had full wet tyres on, but they have. Unfortunately. Yeah, it just doesn't replicate it very well. I've driven karts on slicks in heavier rain on this, and you've had more grip. So, yeah, I don't know what the game's playing at, to be really honest. Not expecting any pit stops. With the full wet tyres, you don't really see tyre degradation in them. So I'm not expecting anyone to pit today. As Warmid is starting to make his way back up SurferEv from somewhere. Just had a couple of bad laps. 2 laps in the over 2 minute categories. So Got another McLaren that's struggling to get to grips with the wet Red Bull ring. Another car that's struggling to get to grips with it is Dixon, as he does a great 360. It's a well executed spin, to be fair. It does a maze spin, but manages to keep that car pointing in the right direction ultimately and carries straight back on again. Quick flick through, anything going on? Me and Raffo pretty close, but I was just holding station at the minute, not really bothering going for any moves. That is business as usual at the front. It still has 91 Diablo and now Mutt, as we are pretty much halfway through this one. We've got the Audi trying to break its way down into turn 3, goes a little bit deep, it's going to run off into the gravel. It's going to potentially give Walmid and SurferEv an opportunity to get back past it. Audi Ferry is back in. Jump on top of Surfer's car and just see if we can spot the overtake from a spectator point of view. Yeah, oh, I was going to say it looked like Audi Ferry was letting him through then, but there's a bit of contact at the apex. For the time being, is SurferEv going to try and pop his nose in? McLaren, certainly a McLaren sized hole there. You don't want to get past the Audi, I don't want to be stuck behind it for too long. If you can possibly help it. McLaren is just going to be a little bit better on off-corner traction. It's not too bad there. It's going into corners where the McLaren really suffers. We do have a car in the pits. That's Dixon's car. It looks like that car's retired from the race. Meanwhile, one car that's not retiring from the race anytime soon has 91. Still pumping in some really impressive lap times. Diablo has been slowly dropping back, and to be fair, getting caught by Mutt. So Mutt's doing similar lap times to Haz 91 in the lead, so he's starting to catch Diablo now. Rowers to Hood also tagging onto the back of that. Myself, I did get back past Raffo, but only because Raffo made a slight misjudgment. I think it was coming out of turn 3 a lap or so ago. Yeah, you can see there he did a 157. And then I just go spearing off the circuit again. I just struggled, absolutely just struggled in the McLaren. Not a good time at all. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a nulled race, I'm afraid, at the minute. There's no massive campaign for the lead going or anything like that. Yeah, but there are little pockets of battles kicking off between the circuits, little battles of wits everywhere really. This one's just all really about holding your nerve, making sure you do the best job possible in the with the hand you've been given. Are we going to be treated then to a battle for second place? We are about 9.5 minutes away from the checkered flag. Diablo has been holding P2 pretty much since the start of the race. Haz 91 got the jump on him off the start line, which was kind of to be expected with the Lamborghini's four-wheel drive system. Diablo's held P2 ever since, but he has been slowly getting caught up by Mutt and Rowers to Hood. So these two now running side by side. Rowers to Hood in the Ferrari. Is he making a campaign to be the one that attacks the Citroen? These two don't want to be scrapping too much. They may then end up losing the possibility to fight for second. Myself and Raffo, we're getting caught now by the Ferrari of Maniaf. So Maniaf now firmly tucked underneath our rear wing. Matt Elwood has dropped back just a little bit. Walmid and SurferEv still battling away. This just got ahead of P-Gib, but we do still have this man out in the lead of the race. But let's just go back and check on second, third and fourth. There's Rowers to Hood, just tries to get that Ferrari stopped down into turn 3. Mutt's going to have much better drive out of this corner. Tight battle, but the problem is these guys are battling away and it's letting Diablo just scoot away a little bit. That's not what they need with 8 minutes to go. The problem is there's not enough time really for them to actually work together properly. So this fight is an almost inevitability. A little bit further back, myself, Raffo and Maniaf. And as for battles on track, I'll be honest, it's only really those two that are happening. This one has simmered back down a little bit, so just a few minutes left of this one. Plenty of opportunity for positions to change out. Fight for P5 still going on. But just again, the McLaren doing what it wants to do. Raffo's also washes wide a little bit. Have to just be a bit careful on my track entry, and yeah, there I am, just having a little adventure on the sand. Maybe building some sandcastles, just then waiting for the Ferrari Matt Elwood to get past. No one else has come in, so carried on with the race. Puts me down to 8th. Then we've got Maniaf trying to get his way past Raffo now. One less car separating him from 5th position. Up at the front, we have still got the Diablo Robust Mutt battle going on. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It's still there, it's not getting that spicy as of yet. Diablo does still lead the way in the quick fit Citroen. Ferrari though got a great launch out of the first corner, so going up the hill the Ferrari is going to have the advantage here. So it's advantage Robust, it's going to have the inside line as well. Now it's just a case of who can do what under braking. You don't want to brake too late. You want to get your corner nice and tidy. I wouldn't have imagined they'd change the braking points much, but Robust goes into the corner ahead and leaves the corner ahead as well. Mutt 36, does he now smell blood as he goes attacking Diablo as well? Will it be a double Lamborghini podium, or will Diablo hold out? Carried a lot of speed into turn 3. Looks like he got stopped eventually, but it might be more up the insides. Diablo, can he hold on though? All Mutt's just got a boot full, an absolute boot full of drive out of that corner. It just caught him by surprise, I think. Fortunately, it hasn't dropped him that far back. He's still got an opportunity potentially. Raffo still keeping Maniaf at bay, just about. So Ferrari in the dirty edge, struggling to get past. Not much happening for myself. My graphics showing my tyres are actually a little bit cold. That's because the off-track moment. So understeer breeds understeering these things, I'm afraid. Not much happening near the back at the minute. Has 91 though, another lap in the lead. Is Robust coming under pressure now from Diablo? It looks like he might be. Diablo doesn't go for the move here up into turn 1. Potentially just waiting his turn up into turn 3. Raffo just got a little bit of a comfortable gap now ahead of Maniaf, so for the time being McLaren safe in 5th, but it's a battle of the Irishmen then for 5th as Maniaf actually gets that move made. What happened there? I was coming out of turn 1, looks like Raffo might have made a mistake. Let's have a look. I certainly saw on the track map, looked like Raffo might have just got on the outside curb to the left. Just picked up a little bit of oversteer. Let's have a look. It was just oversteer coming out of the corner anyway. Yeah, McLaren had an absolute terrible car to drive tonight. I think we all really struggle with it. Matt Elwood gets past. Even I might get past Raffo. Well, I'm going to give him a little. I had a penalty, so I didn't pass him. He was back underway, so I didn't pass him. I just stayed put. There was no point. I ain't taking points off Raffo. Could get spicy between these two towards the end. So Wheelbase hoods doing very well in the championship. See what's going off. I'm ahead of Raffo. Can't remember how that happened. I think he might have just got his braking a little bit wrong. Towards the final couple of minutes now. Probably next lap is last lap, I think, looking at this. Has 91 robust down blow. Don't know if they'll get another lap in. Mutt 36. Has he got enough in the tank to go chasing? Not sure. Maniaf looks pretty safe in 5th at the minute. Matt Elwood pretty safe in P6. 7th for myself. Just ahead of Raffo. Warmid 9th, Surfer 10th, Suez Canal P Gibb in 11th with Audi Ferry in 12th, and Dixon having only completed 7 laps in the pits, so hasn't completed, we're on the 16th lap now, so a lot of laps not yet finished off. About to see my race come unfolded. That's the first time I've ever done that. Just picked up a boot full of oversteer. Unfortunately, that's bad news for me, as I can't get really back underway. You just have to be very gentle on the throttle. That's going to let Warmid and SurferEv back past, through, and put me all the way down to 10th then. See if the leaders get another lap in. So 7, 6, 5, 4. See if he does it. Is this it? Is this final lap? Yep, so that's Haz91 winning the race. Congrats to Haz91. Not his first rodeo, of course, but a good performance. Robust Hood P2. Dablo held on for a podium P3 with Mutt 36 in 4th. Maniaf, still good points. P5 for Maniaf. So he will be happy with that, no doubt. Matt Elwood's going to come home to take P6. Again, more good points for Matt Elwood. I think he's leading the championship, or was coming into this round. Raffo, eventful race for Raffo, P7 for him. Warmid is going to grab 8th position. SurferEv in P9, and myself in P10. Just not really happy with the McLaren. There we go, P10. P Gibb, 11th place, gives my car smatches for that P Gibb. Audi Ferry. To be fair, it was always going to be a difficult one for the Audi. It was a matter of damage limitation to it, so credit for him to sticking at it, to be fair, because it wasn't easy. So Audi Ferry through in 12th, and then Dixon is still in the pit lane, so I'm not sure if he'll even be classified, to be fair, but kudos to Haz91. Great performance there by a Lamborghini driver. And we go next week into the second half of the season, the business end, and see where everyone falls. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. We go again. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.